Hi guys, hello man, everybody. It's MicheleMarieDalene. I'm at companies like I usually am, and today we're going to let everybody know that today we just broke 10,030 subs today, and so we are going to be having a special YouTube, Live, Discord, Twitch stream. I was got a pile of garbage in the bag to throw away. So today on Discord, there's gonna be the piano. So I also wanted to I got lunch today here at Cumbies. So I bought a slice of pizza and the other things, and I didn't clean my bag out. And I got stuff at the house. I'm gonna clean my bag out so you can see it. Okay. So, in case some of you were confused about this afternoon, what we were talking about, so I wanted to explain this myself. Number one, I'm not a flaming idiot. Alright? What was discussed was to, have a plan to establish a type of housing project. Knowing my income bracket situation, that I wanted something that would have taken a couple months, assuming I had the material to get it built. Let's talk about why we're talking about this in the first place. Have you ever noticed, depending on where you live, you got a landlord that sometimes takes advantage of you? Or you want to collect the rent and doesn't do his share of responsibility? And at the same time, he complains the tenants are not doing their responsibility. Okay. I've been living in the same place since 2007. Okay? This is a long time. And, 2006. Oh, it's long enough. This landlord, when I first moved in, was keeping up with repairs. He had a crew on hand. He had people doing repair work. Unfortunately, as he got older, I was doing less and less. Okay. Something I get. So, this winter, he did not shovel, did not plow, did not remove ice. I couldn't get outstairs and safely to get the garbage out. And I just said to myself, you know what? This bites. I'm paying rent to live somewhere the guy isn't doing his share of the work. The last place I lived at before him in the industry was a great landlord. I don't know if it was so small, but at least he was doing things in Torrington. And he was in the UK. Being in the industry got along pretty good. Well, when I was too UK to come back to Winston, I jumped at it. And prior to he and Andersby, the last landlord for him was a real control freak. He wanted everything to be perfect. Perfect. And I couldn't deal with that guy after a while. I just said to myself, this sucks. Okay? And for him, the landlord I had was like Jimmy. Didn't do anything. Actually, there was actually multiple landlords in the same building, so it was the same average. They couldn't do anything and didn't want to do anything in Willimantic. So, in short, the landlords I've had have been the luck of the drop, from good to lousy. So I started having a plan. After the last landlord got proposed done, my Ed and I were tasting the chicken. Yeah, this goes back a long way, okay? And I said, no more of this. My goal in life is I want to get my own home. But when I decide what I design, what I consider my own home, the average person would be squirming, okay? I consider my needs off grid. That'd be nice. Why? Because the cross utility bills are getting to be ridiculous. Okay. But that ain't exactly a panacea either. Reality is if you don't have enough sunlight and your batteries go flat, you're in deep trouble. Okay? That's reality. Okay? Heating. We're talking about the East Coast, Northeast. It's cold. Okay? So you're going to need heat. What kind of heat? What? Propane? Natural gas? If available? Well, let's just say reality, say wood. So that means that someone has to deliver the wood, right? So you're going to have to get wood for heating the wood stove. Garbage pickup. Now, let's be honest. Garbage is reality. You're always going to have garbage, okay? So trash removal is going to be a thing. You're going to have to do that. Where are you going to live? I don't know. I don't have a plan. See, this is the reason why some of this stuff has never been done. At the same time, we know that my existing landlord is not doing as well health-wise. He's kind of like Joe Biden. He's kind of sliding around, you know? I can hear the Grim Reaper sharpening his scythe, and you know dang well that someday soon he is not going to be with us anymore. Then the land is going to get tied up in probate, and depending on what happens with the courts, could result in us being told by the estate that get out. Go where? If you think the estate cares, you got another thing coming. They don't. Okay? They don't care. Get out. That's it. We're giving you 30 days to vacate. Haul your ass. I have no equity in this. I have nothing in this property. That is equity. So I would not have anything I can cash in for equity. Okay. So in 2006, 2007, when I said this, I was very clear. Before, the final goal, my one dream I wanted to do was to have a home of my own. I'm really not picky about the home of my own. I'm not asking for a McMansion with thousands of rooms or anything like that. No. But would a 10 by 16 work? Not really, because that's too small. Would 3 10 by 16s work? 480 square feet. It's a little bigger than your apartment. Yeah, we'll have to take 3 of those guys and buy them together. Jesus Christ, for that price, why don't you just buy a mobile home? Good question. Let's talk about that. People do buy mobile homes. They're in trailer parks with a problem. You own the mobile home. You don't own the trailer park lot unless you bought the lot from the owner, which most trailer parks don't do that. So, what a trailer park is, you will always be renting forever. That's right. That's how the landlord of trailer parks make money. You might own the land, the mobile home, but you don't own the land. So if the landlord says, I want you to move your house within 30 days, it ain't cheap. It's not easy. And darn it, the reality is, it mostly often isn't worth it. So, no good. So, the point here is, it's resources you don't have, it's money you don't have, but you have a dream. So how do you find a way to make the dream a reality? I don't know. Well, when I find out, I'll tell you. Okay? I don't know what it is yet. I don't know what it is. But, talking out my ass about what I want to do and never trying to do anything does not sound so exciting to me. It sounds like a waste, a tragedy, a travesty. You start out with this great idea. Oh, let's do something. Let's do this. And then everybody says, no, can't do it. Too complicated, too expensive, too many liabilities, too many regulations, too expensive, too much taxes. I would say, you sure you can't do it? I was always told that if you put your heart and head into it hard enough, you can achieve a goal. And the most important thing you gotta do is plan it out. Be realistic about it. I'm gonna be 57 on September 13th, right? I'm not a kid anymore. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not a kid. I'm gonna be 57 for Christ's sake. So, if you could make anything in your dream come true, it's gonna take a while. Because even if you had all the materials together and you dot your I's, cross your T's, make sure the money was there, it does not mean that you're going to be getting it done in a very short notice. Even if you had the insulation and the electrical components and the outlets and the lights, everything already there in the property, you are not, and this is important, not exactly going to be rolling in the dough. Why? Because I told you so. Okay? Because I told you so. It's a great idea. But sadly enough, once you look at the reality, you realize that sometimes you have to start with a simple idea, start with the simplest concept, and take baby steps towards a goal. Look, I have heard people say this about rentals for a long time. Rentals are meant to be temporary housing. Is that true? Well, originally, yes, it was true. Rentals were meant to be temporary housing. Yeah, some people back in the 40s, I know it's way old advice than now, but I'll tell you, rent 50 years, find the area you like, save up, get a house. And probably start a family. Okay? Well, that doesn't work that way, say, in the 21st century, because most starter homes are ridiculously expensive, and people are not feeling confident right now to do it. They don't have the resources. So they're staying in rentals for longer and longer and longer. Does that mean that they're deadbeats? Not necessarily, but it doesn't mean that they're not deadbeats. So what are you supposed to do? The point is just that you can achieve something in life if you're willing to try, right? You're willing to try. I want to go places. I want to do things. So how do you start? Sometimes you have to think outside the box. I would never, this is me, I would never go out there without a plan. If you don't have a plan, you ain't going nowhere. If you don't have a reality, you're not going nowhere. It's that simple. But I am so, and I know a lot of other individuals feel the same way. I am so tired of living underneath somebody else's thumb and telling me that what I can and cannot achieve in my life. It doesn't make me a bad person when I say to myself, Michele, you're a smart person. Get off your duff and do something. You could easily have an apartment. You could easily have a nice condo if you wanted to. Okay, condominium. Well, let's see. I didn't talk about that before. So let's throw that out, for example. A condominium. No. Oh, certainly it's an idea. Really? Well, one says it might be a little easier than trying to build something from scratch. Okay, I'll go there. Condominium, like a townhouse. Okay? What's the similarity of a condominium versus a trailer park? You don't own the land. Can you repeat that, please? You don't own the land your condominium is on. Exactly. And add to this, you only own what's inside of the four walls and the roof and the floor. That's it. You don't even own that. The building you don't own. It's even worse than a mobile home park. You don't even own a trailer that you can move. Okay? It's not even an option. You want to get a trailer? Guess what? At least you could pay $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000 to move it. Get a condo? You can't move it. The only thing you can do is sell it. And that's because you can't move it, because it's usually attached to another building. See what I'm saying? So what do you do? What do you do? Small thing. Chocolate. You can't do anything. Because if you're renting, basically you got to pay condo fees. What do you think the condo fees are for? It's a monthly land use. Also covers landscaping, garbage removal, usually, parking spot for your car if you have one. But, oh well, it's not better. It just is, okay? So, what we're talking about, what gets you is getting so worked up, as she does not understand. We have figured out this. We know there are good landlords out there. But how do you really find out who's the good ones and who's the bad ones? Unless one of two ways. One, does that landlord have any building violations within the town hall? That's one way. Are they keeping up with the property? Two, talk to prior tenants. What have they got to say with the landlord? Are they doing the responsibility? Are they keeping up the land? Why did they move? Maybe they moved because they got a better job opportunity somewhere else. Okay? That's how you would find out. It's not like you got landlordreport.com where you call freelandlordreport.com and look up the landlord's name and properties and find out what you can from the town hall if there's any violations on the property. Okay, so, but as I said, I've never been a person that wants to feel like I'm penned in, and sometimes I feel just that way, like I'm being penned in, and I don't like that. And I'm also realized that I can't just go out there and act like a 20-year-old and think I'm going to make it happen in 0 to 60. It's not going to happen that quick. Nothing happens that quick. I don't care who you are. I have to have a plan. But I like to try to start. I like to do something with my life and achieve my dream before I'm 95. Is that wrong? No, I don't think it's wrong, but you gotta do it responsibly. And I already know that. So why would I want to leave Winston? Actually, I can give you a couple of reasons. Shall I start? Mm-hmm. Number one, Winston is not really growing. Okay, it is, but in a way, but it's not in another way. Winston is having problems with keeping up with its own expenses as a city or town. And there's a lot of drug abuse and drug addictions in this town and substance abuse, okay? So, the landlords that want to rent here are going to try to, may not be renting to the best of properties in the area, okay? Number two is, in my case, I tried to get fiber optic cable, Winston, to my apartment, and Frontier has made clear that they're not running out fiber optic cable in Winston to my building. I've talked to them on the phone. I talked to actual Frontier. They told to me, well, they might do it for some areas of Winston. My building isn't going to be likely one of those people. Okay? I don't know what that means. I certainly know the college would be one they could do that with, because the college is going to have enough demand for internet to justify the cost. Okay? But my apartment is just not one of those places. Number two. I don't understand what's bullshitting in that. He says, oh, maybe someone should shove you in the home somewhere and take away more of your rights and clip your wings. The hell you are. That's the Aquarius in you. Yeah, it's the Aquarius in me. The hell you are category. The hell you are. You're not just gonna clip my wings. No. I'm an adult. I'm a pretty reasonable adult too. Okay? I want to enjoy the adult world. I want to have a nice house. I want to have a nice car. Well, that last one is kind of optional. I can't drive anyway, so I guess a nice car doesn't really matter. But I want to be free. And freeness, to me, is happiness. I don't even know if things. It's not. It's not. No, it's not. It's crooked. It's crooked. Oh, thank you. Um, so, so how does a person that wants all this stuff gonna get it happen? I'll tell you what my dad told me. He's right about one thing. He said, Michele, if you want something to happen, you have to put it into action. It's not going to happen just by saying, I want to, if you're not willing to put some work towards it. But, and my dad is a realist, you got to look at the reality. If you want to have something and it's going to take time to set up, then you need to plan for that because you can't have it overnight. So let's just use this example. Let's say you got yourself a nice shed or something that can be renovated into a home, okay? And like the nice pre-made tool shed. So let me use this as an example, okay? And you go to your local, to the shed store. And the shed store has, say, and they come in different sizes, but usually not much wider than 20 feet because they're going to have to go travel with a tractor-trailer truck, okay? So let's just say, okay, Michele, we can buy you here at the shed store, let's just use, say, size of, say, 16 by 16, which is 360 square feet. No, it's a little bigger than that. Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right. It's bigger. Okay, well, this is an example. 16 by 60, okay? And we'll drop it off at your property, which you already have, and you have already prepared the footings for it to be sitting on. So you want to make sure that the ground is solid so that when you put a couple thousand, 2 or 3, 4, 5,000 pound shed on it, and it is not going to sink into the mud. Okay, that's where concrete footings come involved. So, how much is it going to cost the concrete footings? How much is it going to cost for the survey to set the lines? How long? When I say the lines, we're talking about make sure everything's plumb and square. You ain't going to just. You're going to see somewhere schmuck with a forklift keep lifting the shed while you're putting little pieces of bricks underneath. Don't work that way, okay? I've seen how it's done in real life. I know how it's done, okay? You have to set lines. You have to figure out the exact height. Everything has to be square. And the footings have to be pretty firm so that they're not going to shift. Because if they shift, then it's all over and you're going to have to re-square it up again, and you don't want to do that, okay? So how much for that? So you figure that out. Let's say you have the land already. Okay, so that's one cost. That's assuming you have, which you don't. I don't, okay? So I have to buy a land. I have to go ahead and pay for the deed. I have to go ahead and arrange for somebody to prepare me a foundation that it's going to sit on. Then they're going to drop it off. There's a delivery charge. Then they deliver it at the spot. Then, once it's set up, it's plumb, it's square, then you still can't live in it. Why? Because you have no electricity in there yet. You have no gas in there yet. You have no sanitation yet. Okay? Well, those 3 things are going to have to be dealt with. Electricity, gas, and sanitation. Okay? So, where are you going to be living during that time? Well, you have a place to go. Right? And that means if you are renting, that means you got to pay that landlord his rent at the same time you're doing this. So, figure out that landlord is going to want at least a 1-year lease. So, you're paying this, you're paying taxes on that lot, you're paying for materials to be drop shipped to your space so you can start insulating and wiring up, and all that, and electricians and all that's going to get involved. Because we want to wire British wiring, we have to get standard, making sure we get the perfect easements. So the town, whoever you're going to be choosing, because it's going to be off grid, 240 volts, 50 hertz power. That's going to cost you money. I didn't even talk about the Tesla firewall. It's just going to cost you more money. It's going to cost you more. So, right. So, it's not going to be something that's going to be done all at once. Even if you had the resources. Because who are you going to be doing it with? Yourself? It's going to take even longer. Because that means that you have to get out to the spot. You have to run the wire. You have to run the pipe. You have to prepare for the transfer the gray water to the proper gray water facility. You're going to have to arrange for the black water from the composting toilet to be dealt with. That's going to cost you, and that's not a lie. That's planning. That's what we had to do. So when Giddy's sitting there and she's freaking out and she's having kittens, she's not realizing that I already looked into this. It's not something that would happen overnight. But if you don't do anything, it'll never happen. But even if you did have everything together, and you started doing everything, at least you can say, well, I'm doing it, but it won't be done tomorrow. It won't be done next week. It won't be done in 2 months. But I'm doing it. What's wrong with that? Nothing. But it may not be feasible. But that's understandable, right? So just because someone says, no, you can't do it because doesn't mean you should totally throw it out the door either, because even if it's just slowly going really slow, you're still making it happen one little footstep at a time. But even if it takes you 10 years, not 10 years, but at least when I go home, I can tell St. Peter, hey, I started the project. I did start building what I wanted to do. And to me, that's a big deal, because I want to be achieving something. But the reality is, it's not realistic, but in that sense, that's not the point. The point is that Michele will be trying to do something. I understand Michele doesn't want to be a renter for the rest of her life, but we all know that realistically she'll be renting one way or another. Yeah, we'll be renting forever, because who's going to be paying for all this stuff on the credit card? You. Me. So then my credit card company becomes my landlord. If I don't come up with the rent, they don't come up with the monthly payment on the credit card, they go ahead and they cut my credit card off. I might as well basically throw in the towel, because I ain't going anywhere. Exactly. If you can't finish the project, you ain't going nowhere. So it's just something to think about. That's something to think about. Yeah, something to think about. Well, anyway, it is a little chilly. It's 3:52, and air fresheners are coming today. So I want to go home, and maybe if I'm lucky, they're downstairs waiting for me to bring them upstairs. Maybe they're upstairs, because we ran out of the Airwick air freshener aerosol cans, and I bought some more. So you can keep the air freshener environment, because it's still a little chilly here to open the window right now and get fresh air in there. And I would like to, because it needs air. It needs airing out of my apartment. Well, anyway, so that's where we stand today. Are we going to come on tomorrow? Might be. It might come out tomorrow. I don't know yet. But for now, I'll see you tonight at 7 o'clock, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye, guys.
In the summer's embrace, she finds